Show. My name is Jon Stewart. Great show for you tonight. Later on, we're going to be joined by the unbelievably amazing director, Christopher Nolan's going to be joining us. Christopher Nolan's going to be joining us. A movie out called The Odyssey, based on the video console from the 1970s. It's all about Pong. But first, obviously, big news from the weekend, the sudden passing of Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina. Obviously, I knew him a bit from lobbying down at Capitol Hill, but I didn't know him particularly well. So I'll let Lindsey Graham's best friend memorialize the late senator.
Joining us now by phone is one of his best friends, President Donald Trump. I know you lost one of your closest friends and an ally in the Senate. How are you feeling?
Well, I don't feel great. He was a great guy, and he was a friend. He would call me all the time. He would just I'd say, stop calling me, Lindsey.
I'll never forget the way that I always let him go to voicemail. It was our thing. Obviously, he's just opening the eulogy on a lighthearted note. I'm sure the poignancy follows.
Loved playing golf. Loved being outside. It wasn't that he was a great striker of the ball. He wasn't exactly a perfect. He wasn't Jack Nicklaus. He was not Tiger. He was totally against me. He said, I'll get you in South Carolina. I'm going to get you in South Carolina. That didn't work out too well.
It was a nasty campaign. He was tough and nasty. I wanted to see the war with Ukraine end very quickly. I think he was more into, keeping it going, frankly.
He was a total workaholic politician. Now, some people don't call that work. Some people call that a lot of talking.
Well, I think the president has zoomed through the first 5 stages of grief and gone straight to number 6, that guy. By the way, it takes a lot of balls for Donald Trump to gently roast someone for yapping too much. He's the one who toasted his friend on Meet the Press, CNN's State of the Union, Fox and Friends. Trump was everywhere remembering Lindsey Graham, even when the host of the show appeared to not want him to.
These people suffer from a very fine disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, and he was seeing that. And
Mr. President,
so
did you notice
he was really come a long way on the terminating the filibuster.
But Mr. President, did you notice anything different?
They find millions and millions of ballots. It's impossible. And they didn't know in 2 weeks. They let it be known an hour later.
So, Mr. President, real quickly, did you notice anything different from
Lindsey?
Lindsey
He's going to be in the runoff.
On the phone?
These elections are very dishonest. And
no.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Mr. President. The TV station's going through a tunnel. Boop. But, of course, even his best friend Donald Trump had to concede that Senator Graham's career did have a bad moment.
Now, he had one bad moment, and that was, in the January 6th thing when he stood up. All right, now I've had it. That's it. I can't do it anymore. So I give him a 99 instead of a 100. A lot of people were at 100. But he did have that one little moment.
My favorite part of any eulogy is when they announce the person's life score. He's doing a eulogy like it's Portnoy doing a pizza review. Yeah, Graham had a good undercarriage, good mouthfeel. Yeah. What? I'm doing a score, a life score. I'm doing a life score over here. Anyway, 8-2. I'm going to give him an 8-2. Solid score. If he had let the people kill him on January 6th, 9-2. Monster score. I'd give him a monster score. Now, before Graham passed, he was not feeling well and was kind of joking about how he didn't have time to die.
Axios reported that several hours before his death, Senator Graham complained of feeling unwell and said, I can't die now. I still need to do the Russia sanctions, get Iran sorted out, and do Israeli-Saudi normalization. He passed away a short time later.
Holy shit! Middle East peace is about as ambitious as a bucket list item can get. I want to bring Israel back into the family of nations and go whale watching. But let this episode be a lesson, people. Write it down. Write your last wishes down. Write what you want to accomplish in your name down, because Donald Trump had a very different interpretation of Lindsey's last wishes.
He was pushing the Save America Act like crazy. This is a big blow to the Save America Act, let me tell you.
And then Lindsey said to me, his voice weakening, barely a whisper. He said to me, Donald, when I die, float my body down the crystal clear reflecting pool water. So that I may lie in state in your completed ballroom. I said, Lindsey, don't! Save your strength, Lindsey! He said, no. One more thing. I want, before I leave this mortal coil, for them to put your name back on the Kennedy. No! But now, a lot of you may be wondering, as I was, how the did Lindsey Graham die before Mitch McConnell? How the is that possible? It's hard to believe. McConnell was the one who spent a lot of time in and out of hospitals since his Capitol Hill buffering episodes. McConnell was the one who suddenly disappeared for a month and nobody heard from him, to the point where the governor of his own state was asking for proof of life, which coincidentally we got yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you totally believable evidence that Mitch McConnell is not only alive, but the happiest boy in the hospital. He's the happiest boy in the hospital. That's the smile of a Make-A-Wish kid whose wish was that everyone else in the hospital lost their health insurance due to his f***ing policies. And after that, of course, Mitch and his wife released even more photos. Here they are at Disney riding Splash Mountain. Then apparently they climbed the spire of the Empire State Building and renewed their vows. And then, let's say, went to a World Cup game. Might not be out of the woods yet. Regardless, McConnell is still here, and Graham is gone. And so it was time for the media to discuss Graham's legacy for like a couple of minutes.
You know, this is so tough for you and for so many there on Capitol Hill, because it really was so sudden. No one was expecting this. And we have to turn to the crude numbers of it all, right?
Todd Blanche's path to getting confirmed as Attorney General just got a whole lot more complicated.
So unfortunately, your majority now down to 52.
Mitch McConnell's continued absence now leaving Republicans with just 51 senators.
If Collins votes against, you're down to 50. The vice president breaks the tie. But what if it's Collins and Murkowski?
Republicans were already struggling with the numbers. Add in Lindsey Graham now being off the table.
I'm sorry, off the table? Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have a winner for Worst dying euphemism yet. Off the table. Where's Old Yeller? Oh, don't worry, Timmy. We just had to take him off the table. Although I guess the numbers have been pretty tight in the Congress for a while now. I wonder why that is.
The current Congress is the third oldest in U.S. history, with the average age of senators nearly 64.
131 out of the 530. Members of Congress are 70 or older.
Graham is the sixth member of Congress to die this term.
What the This term? He's the sixth member of Congress to die this term. 6. If this were any other business, they'd shut it down to figure out what the is going on. 6 of them have died. Gas leak, serial killer, 6 of them are dead. My God, those are Petco gerbil numbers. What, are they just coming to Congress every morning with a shovel? What the is going on down there? It's not like the job is dangerous. They're just sitting there. They're not filming Deadliest Catch. Oh, come on! No way he's in that show. Wow. He really is healthy. And not to put too fine a point on it, but the last person to speak to Graham is our 80-year-old president. The governor who chooses Graham's replacement is 79. One of the candidates being considered is 78, but he backed out because he's too important at his current job in the House of Representatives, all to save the Todd Blanche hearings, which are being co-run by 92-year-old Chuck Grassley and whippersnapper Dick Durbin, 81. The entire Congress is falling apart due to a lack of not just political will, but bone density.
83-year-old Florida Democratic Congresswoman Frederica Wilson recovering from an eye surgery.
89-year-old Chuck Grassley getting hip replacement.
Senator Patrick Leahy, a broken hip. Nancy Pelosi, hip replacement surgery.
Steny Hoyer is in the hospital with pneumonia. Eleanor Holmes Norton is in the early stages of dementia.
Dwight Evans, who's 71, had a stroke.
Bernie Sanders is sidelined by a heart attack.
Congresswoman Kay Granger lived in an assisted living facility for dementia patients while still serving in Congress and drawing a congressional paycheck.
And all of those, by the way, are the ones who were still on the table. The whole place is a Sky Rizzy commercial. Free samples. Get some free samples. That was it. Look, I'm no prize. I get that people age differently. Why are we tolerating this level of national frailty in our lawmaking? And it's not just anti-old people. It's not disrespect to ask this question. In Japan, they revere the elderly. But the one thing they don't do is put them in charge of everything. What's the for argument here?
Well, age is a relative thing, as we all know. His experience is an advantage to us and not to be described as a disadvantage.
Oh, experience, that's right. This is actually the most experienced Congress we've ever had. How's that working out?
The most unproductive Congress in the first year of a president in history.
Potentially the least productive in modern history.
Fewest laws passed since at least the 1950s.
As our government has gotten older, the economy has gotten worse. Inequality more severe. Our safety net shredded. The irony is that this long past retirement age government has policies that force everyone else to have to work long past retirement age. Mostly, though, without a health care plan that covers a mysterious month in the hospital. Because we don't have a system that rewards experience and competence and performance. We have a system that rewards incumbency. These people aren't brilliant. They're f***ing barnacles. Utterly incapable of addressing a world moving much faster than the speed of Matlock. Why does it matter? Here's the co-chair of the House Army Caucus, co-chair, Congressman John Carter of Texas, explaining why it's imperative to remediate our outdated defense systems.
Another issue that's very important, the department has historically relied on outdated production techniques of energetic manufacturing, which may have remained unchanged since the Second World War.
Since the Civil War, since the Second World, wait, they're blurring my mind, having been at both.
How is the department ensuring that investment in next generation energetics manufacturing, such as AI, machine learning capabilities, and enabling and assurance of quality assurance?
I take no pleasure in this. But this is not right. The stakes are too high. There's no way that dude even knows how to put his phone on silent. How can our government make better use of the chat kaput? You guys, I'm working on the government, gonna get that chat kaput. If I can get a chat kaput to put in the government, we're gonna get a government to put in the chat kaput. Get an insurance and an assurance. In the Civil War, the chat kaput. I do not think the people deciding rules about the most advanced technology on Earth should look like they're steam-powered. I'll get a shot you can put, no. Get some more coal up the ass and get me going again, come on. Come on now, shovel that shit right up my ass. Everyone understands you cannot have the country ruled by people this old and frail. Everyone except them.
Senator Mitch McConnell said over the weekend, I'm not taking a break from the Senate business that matters to you. I still have unfinished business to complete on your behalf, and I have every intention of finishing the job you elected me to do.
Don't! Don't finish it, we're fine. You don't have to finish the job. And by the way, I am going nowhere because I have unfinished business, literally is what a ghost would say. That is what a ghost would say. I'm not leaving. I have unfinished. You cannot banish me. My soul has unfinished business. I must curtail your access to food stamps. Food. And again, I am in no way suggesting that old people cannot be productive at their jobs. But at the highest levels of our government, there is no check on when they are no longer capable of doing just that. But their power remains. Advanced age is just one more way in which our government is at a remove from the needs of the people they purport to serve. And they have too much power to be this disconnected. If only there was somebody in the government who understood that.
We need a Democratic Party that opens its doors to new people, new energy, and new ideas.
That kid gets it.